So today we are looking at a Platinum DPS player in which they play Sombra, Widow, Kree, and Tracer. And I have something to already say about that. It's a lot of switches in a game. I get Overwatch as a lot of, rock, paper, scissors, but there's always the chance of sometimes switching off a character, even if you feel like you're not doing a whole lot, isn't the right move because your ults are really game changers, especially someone like Sombra. Sombra's so powerful right now, there's almost no reason to even want to switch off of her. So, I'm just going to skip ahead here to the beginning of the round. I went back about 20 seconds too. Oh boy, that's aggressive! Okay. Before we talk team comps, before we talk anything, you've already made the #1 mistake of a flanker in lower elo Overwatch. So as Sombra, right, you're invisible, you can't be seen. The biggest advantage of Sombra is being able to scout the enemy team without them able to see you, and you can relay all of this information back to your team. So the first thing you want to say, of course, when they're coming out of spawn is list off who they're playing. Orisa, Mercy, whoever you see, right? Now on top of that too, you're in great positioning here, kind of. I would be a little further back, like over to the left here, or like around over on the bridge. If we go back a couple seconds, we can see it over this way. I'd be over here probably, and then work my way in, just in case somebody drops down or whatever on top of me. But you go hardcore right after the Mercy. I wouldn't do that, just because you're not going to clip her. Really, this early in spawn, it's not going to happen. You'd want to wait for your opportunity. The biggest mistake that I was talking about that flankers do in lower elos is you don't know timing. Timing is the biggest part of playing as a flanker. Now I'm excited to see your Tracer later on. So the biggest part of playing Tracer, other than of course mechanics, because mechanics is one of the biggest ways of playing Tracer as well as Widow, is your timing. So if you go in 1v6, like your team's not pushing in, and you come up behind to try to clip a Zen or an Ana that looks like they're out of the way, they can all turn around. Now they have Nade, they have Orb, they have a Brigitte, they have Bash, they have Pull, they have Hook, they have Defense Matrix, they have Helix Rocket, whatever they have for their whole team. They can use absolutely all of their resources on you and delete you. You have to be next level skilled with all of your abilities in predicting what's coming your way and whatnot, and your chances of actually just landing a kill are slim to none, and the chances of you dying are probably about 90%, if not higher, unless you just immediately bug out and recall. But then you don't have recall and you have to play more passive. So this right here is really aggressive, because I don't know who this is, I can't tell, but right here, is that D.Va? I can't tell, but someone's right up your ass. If that's a McCree or a Brigitte, you are dead. You are dead here. You just fed your brains out. So you TP out for 8 ult charge. And that, I don't think is worth it. Because now you have to restart. Now they know you have a Sombra. You've lost your element of surprise. And you didn't really get much out of it. Plus, we did not communicate at all to our team. So I really don't like that at all. If the better play would have been to hang out over here. See, now look where their Ana is, right? So if you were hanging out over here and you watched them all come across this bridge and they left their Ana behind, you could have snuck right up this way, came out of uncloaked, hacked her, and began your assault. And then if they had to turn around, which is this Plat, people in Plat really don't know what peeling is, probably aren't going to turn around to help her, other than Mercy. Maybe. You might get that kill. But unfortunately, we had to reset, so you've lost an opportunity here. This is dangerous. It's borderline suicidal. You can be seen by their team. So you go for the hack on the Ana, and you're going to go to kill her. You're going to get it? Nice. So you get the kill. You could have got that a lot sooner and a lot easier and a lot less danger. Because if anyone had saw you, because we were detected here on this cart, when you jumped down and did this absolutely harebrained, dangerous maneuver right here. Well, they're running a Pharah. They have a Reinhardt who's right here, who's mid-swing. He turns around for a split second because he gets the detected thing with you. You're dead. He clicks you, you're dead. You even get pulled by Orisa. You're dead. So, This is because I think you survive here because it's plat. In all honesty, you get away. But I like your decision making to go after the Ana. This is good. I like that. That's who you would want to target. And so now you go after the Pharah. You get the big hack on her. She comes straight down to earth. Ooh, just one or two more shots. Oof, you missed it. Unlucky. One of the biggest that I actually didn't know until the other day. Benefits to Sombra's rework is that when you hack an enemy or EMP them and they have ult, I'm going to let you get close to somebody first. You might even see it in the video. So, like, if you say, oh, you hack this Winston who's on your team, if that was an enemy Winston, over his head, if he has ult, would appear a little white check mark. That's super important because if you start hacking Ana's or you start hacking Reinhardt's or Zarya's or whatnot, you can communicate to your team, they have grab, they have shatter, and you can not only ult track, because you should be ult tracking at all times, but I get it. It's a little bit of lower EO. It's kind of a difficult thing to do all the time. You can mess it up. I mess it up all the time. It happens. Hasn't that always been a thing? I don't think so. I just read it the other day. Oh, Sombra, that hero I play? Yeah, Sombra, I don't know. I actually never knew that this was a thing. I'm genuinely new. I saw that, I got it pointed out to me the other day in the patch notes for new Sombra. So I'm assuming it's with new Sombra. It might have been a thing before. I just don't play Sombra. I had to do some research before I could do this. And I found out that that's a thing. And I saw it in games. And it never clicked in my head that, what is that white check mark above their head? That's their ult. I mean, I'm ult tracking constantly, so I know when they have ults. But that's super helpful to a lower elo player who might not be doing that. So, if you walk in here, EMP coming up, while you're going and fragging out for kills, which you should pop this EMP soon, when your team pushes in, probably communicate to your team that, hey, I want to pop this. Oh, that's what's the word? Ambitious. You're invisible, you're not invincible. That hog could have easily hooked you, so let's just go through that one more time. Because I like the progression here. I think I liked, you were trying to go right side, and I could have just done a bigger one. You could have went all the way around right side, especially with their Ana trying to come up like that, which, where did she even go? Did she go upstairs? Big hack on the Moira. You could either just loop around right side, it might take a second or two extra, or go up these stairs, which is probably the better move. Call it to your team, like, you ready for a hack or EMP? Pop EMP, and have your team push in. While during that, you can probably look at the people you're trying to kill and figure out who has ult. And then you can communicate that to the rest of your team. Like I said before, one of the biggest advantages of Sombra is her scouting abilities. Because you don't do a ton of damage. You're really just a harasser, you're a scouter, and you just delete somebody from the game. Yeah, Sombra is a lot about comms. Almost all about comms. Absolutely. There's some comms here from the Sombra that's playing, but I don't think it's enough. Not yet. Maybe it'll improve over time. Your wrist is out-talking you by a mile. So I like this flank. This is really good. Opportunities now. Opportunities. So you only have your Winston here. They're all focusing your Winston. I would not decloak. So you're not going to decloak yet. Good. You're a little close. Yeah, back up. I would come out of cloak soon, and you would... Oh my god, this is ambitious. Those detected, like, if they look, they see you. So that's ambitious. This diva needs to be hacked before she can remech. No. Timing, my man, timing. Remember what we talked about? They actually used all of their abilities on to kill you. So if you were a tracer, this is the same thing. So you uncloak. I don't know who you're going to target. You kind of just look around. So they sleep you. I'm pretty sure the hog goes to hook you, misses, or he doesn't even use it, doesn't even need to, just kills you. So they could have hooked you, orbed you, meleeed you, right-click from Moira you, everything. You're dead. You just fed, unfortunately. That just fed your brains out. What could you have done better? That's the real question. So if we go back here, your Winston's just going hard. Let's go a little further. Your Winston's going hard. He gets one pick. Your team's not with him, which is unfortunate. Your team really should be pushed up here with him. They're all playing kind of scared. That Arissa's one-shot kill. If you were going to go do anything here, I would hope the Orisa kill. Bing, your Winston gets it. Never mind. They're down here quite a bit. Here, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't decloak here. I would just wait. I would wait longer. Wait till they push into your team. Save your EMP. Just don't. There's no need to. You have last fight coming up. And the best place to fight last fight or on first point, other than right here, is back here at the end of the point. And the reason for that is, especially when you're running Orisa, is your shield can just about shield the whole section of the under the arch and protect almost your entire team. I think if you wait here, because I know this video goes longer, I can tell obviously. I think if you hold the CMP and you don't die here and you wait till they push up into your team and start pushing the cart and communicate to your team like, hey, they're pushing back up, like let's regroup. Like say to them, hey, back up, regroup, we lost our tanks, and wait for your tanks to regroup, and then last second recontest and pop EMP, you win this game or this round. 100%. You know those moments where you say like in a game like where could I have improved to win, like to actually win the game, or like, you know, where could I have made the biggest impact? Right there. I don't know about anything else in the rest of the game, but that's it. That's the biggest impact you could have on the game. That moment. You dying there was really sucked. So your Winston kind of fed again, but this is Platinum. They're panicking because you died. They've like last fight. They're like, oh my god, look at the timer. You need to communicate to your team. We have time. Back up. But you've already lost too many numbers. This point's over. Don't commit EMP here. There's no need to. You lost this. So the reason I say that, even though that fight looks winnable, right? The reason I say don't pop EMP here is you genuinely don't have the numbers to win this fight, even with the fat EMP. So you literally only have your Winston, your Lucio, and your Ana who's back here, who just nanoed the Winston. That's all you got. So your Winston does a decent amount of cleave damage, but he's not really going to kill anything. You don't do a ton of damage because you're Sombra. The hack is huge, and you get the Moira. That's big. But you don't have the follow-up. You lost your Lucio. Now you're down to 3 players to contest this point, and one of them's an Ana. Your Winston dies. He gets 1 for himself. But they still have a full team. They pop all their ults because they get scared, and now they take it from you. If you had decided to hold EMP here, right? If you would hold EMP and you'd realize that that was a lost fight, you can hold this at this choke where your Lucio just was, right here, this choke, with EMP and stonewall them for a little. Second point's kind of difficult to hold, but that's the place to hold them. Okay, so now you're actually playing Tracer. So now we can go back to what we were talking about in the beginning of the video. Timing. Timing is huge. I want to see if you do it at all. So you're really fucking around up here. You already burned your recall. That sucks. You need to save that. That's how you go aggressive. Better way of attacking this, instead of coming out the top left-hand door over here, why not come out... We can rewind. Why not go out over here? You can go out over the bridge, which is really risky sometimes. It really is. It's risky to do. As if someone's waiting there for you, it's a small corridor. Or you can go out the top right-hand doorway. And the reason you go off the top right-hand doorway is because it looks like you're kind of trying to do it. You can blink across this right here to this little ledge, catch your breath, get your blink back, turn the corner, and either go across. Oops. Come on. Okay. And either go across and go into the bank or go down the stairs. Seeing that they're set up here, you might want to go down and then loop your way around because you need to buy some time for yourself. But all of these would be decent flank rounds. No problem, I came from Reddit, watched the Ryan Orisa VOD, loved your style, a lot like Jane. That's actually a huge compliment. Jane is amazing. With him going to fuel, there'll be likely be a gap once the season starts. I'm actually thinking that as well, unfortunately. I love his stuff. He actually helped me out a ton when I was first trying to become a tank player. Because I used to be a GM DPS player on console, came to PC, figured out very quickly that I could no longer aim, and decided I had to learn something new. So I had to learn a lot of stuff from scratch in a very short amount of time. So you burn recall here. Don't like that. Again, I'm sick, so I'm sorry. Eat a Junkrat nade. That sucks. Kind of just hanging out with your team here. Just playing mini soldier. So their Moira's really caught out here. Nice clips on her. Nice job. You get this Ana too. Beautiful. You're really collapsing on their team. Soldier goes for the... We'll talk about it really quick. Why not the left bridge? The left bridge isn't that great because, in my opinion, at least, the left bridge, you have to pretty much come out right... Fuck. Come on, I hit pause. You have to come out right here. Fuck it, we'll do it right here. You have to come out right here. This is a very small corridor, and this only really works if they're sitting up here. It's very rare that a team actually sits up here because this is a terrible spot to sit. Most teams are going to sit where he's sitting right now, back at this choke. This is perfect lines of sight. Perfect lines of sight towards it. It's you couldn't ask for a better line of sight to headshot a tracer. So, the left door is really not that great of an option. But I was going to say, though, the Soldier goes for the combo on you. If you don't know what the combo is, Soldier can one-shot a Tracer by Helix Rocketing the ground if she's really close, and meleeing. The Helix Rocket does 120 and the melee does 30. Tracer's deleted. It's a 100% combo hit if you hit her. Every time. You can't miss.
Can I ask what I do in there?
So, when a Soldier drops Biotic Field like that, unless you're Defran or Sinatra, you're probably not killing him. It's almost impossible to kill him like that. It really is. So good job bugging out there. You have this D.Va finisher. Recall? Oh, you didn't have recall. Where did you use your recall? Is it still the same recall for on cooldown? Or did you recall? Oh, use the recall here. I didn't even notice it.
What I do in
That's a four-header. You recalled for 20 HP. I actually genuinely didn't even see it. I'm sorry. I gotta talk about this. 20 HP recall is never worth it. Ever. You could have absolutely got out of this with 2 blinks and it would have been just fine. 100%. No need. I think you went for the recall to try to keep fighting him. But this goes back to what I was saying, though, of you want to not fight this Soldier the second this hits the ground. It's really hard to do. You'd have to nail headshots. It's just not a typical smart thing to do unless you are very confident in your abilities. So you don't have recall here to fight this D.Va, which I thought you did. This is a free kill on her if you had it. You recall right before she loses mech. You have Pulse Bomb ready to go. That sucks. That's why recall is the most important ability that Tracer has, because you go aggressive with it. You didn't have it, and their Soldier punished you for it. That sucks. Need to work on the management of that. What's this? Dead. That's great. Did he leave the game because of it? Oh, your Zen lags out. The only reason I did this video, normally I don't like the levers and stuff like that. I do this video, though, because Sombra's so powerful. I really wanted to talk about some Sombra.
That's right. He'll come back.
Eat a big ante here. Recall, not a bad idea. You don't have Pulse Bomb, though. You can't really go aggressive. I would come back a little bit, yeah. So your team's going aggressive. Actually, your team's pretty much down. Yes, the Soldier's... You need to stick him. Let's go back over that. Let's see how we could have done that better. So you have Pulse Bomb here. If you've ever watched Kabaji, Defran, Sinatra, any of the biggest tracers, is they aren't afraid to press Q. Or for some of them, it's right mouse click. I don't get the whole right mouse click thing. I guess it's for speed. Whatever. Pulse Bomb's not that great anymore with only doing 300 damage. You can't be afraid to use it. You gotta just huck the thing. Unless you have a grav, which you don't. You've been holding on to it for quite a while. I wouldn't use it on the Moira because she can fade out of it. So you get the good kill on her, helping out with your D.Va. The second you come into this and you see this biotic field again, this scary-ass biotic field, and your Winston's starting to make some space, the second you start seeing this dude running in this direction, he's probably trying to get back to his healing station. That's at least what I would think mid-game. You need to stick him. You can either blink towards and stick him, which I think you're a little too close to do at the moment, which if you get really good at it, right? Really, really good at it, which I'm not. I'll show you. there's a technique you can do with Tracer, and I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with as low of the sensitivity I've been playing on as lately. But you're actually able to... It's the same thing with melees. You're able to pull a 180 with the blink. Like, if you blink Pulse Bomb before it leaves your hand. But you have to be so quick on realizing it that it takes a really long time and a lot of playing of Tracer. So I might actually just make a fool of myself here. But I'm going to give it a shot. So if I was going to try to blink past this dude... Fuck. I made a fool of myself. So pretty much what you want to try to do is you blink past him, realize you went too far, and pull a 180. I need to go higher sensitivity. This is too low for me to do it. I've been just experimenting with new stuff. I might be able to do it now. It's the same thing with melee blinks. So like, you can melee and then blink into an enemy and finish them. So like, we did it kind of low. And too low. You can blink, melee, and then blink into them, and it works. And it finishes it. It's the same thing with a Pulse Bomb. So if you can manage to get Pulse Bomb up, and you blink past him, like I said, I'm not a Tracer player, I can't really do it. But if you blink past them and realize you've gone too far, and I'm telling you, this is literally milliseconds of response time in your brain. Like, you have to have such quick reactions. You can pull a 180 once you've gone past him, and still huck the Pulse Bomb behind. Really difficult to do, though. Mostly this is good for 180 melee blinks, like that, where if you go past them a little bit too much, then you can pull it, like, still finish your melee and pull a 180. It works the same way. Really difficult, though. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough to really do that. Just something to throw out there for the higher level players that might watch this, because, hey, I gotta give them some type of tip in the middle of this video, right? But let's just keep going on this. Definitely need to use this Pulse Bomb. I'm holding on to it way too long. Not saying you would have won the fight with it, but just in general, you do want to just huck them out. Don't be afraid. It's not that, like, big of an ability. You get it so quick. Stick this soldier. Stick him.
Why are they chasing me so far? What the fuck? Motherfuckers.
Well, your diva was alone. Why else wouldn't he chase you? That makes no sense.
Why we only have one healer?
We have 2 healers now. He came back.
I think your team went into throw mode after losing your Zen. Which you had 3 supports anyways. I don't see the biggest problem.
Alright, ready? KG, ready?
With
Let's do this.
why do you need to switch off healers? Like, your heals should have been fine. It's not even that. That sucks. You got a bear trap, but that's a huge kill. Tell me you don't take this. You don't take this, I'll be mortified.
Pushy, pushy.
They're still, oh, they're contesting cart. Yeah, they have another fight now. Your team's not pushing. Your team's not pushing. So by your team not pushing right there, right? You need to, like, alright, this is not you, right? I'm saying this to anyone who watches this video. If you're in spawn and you just saw a 5k on your side and the cart's not moving, you need to tell them cart, 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 cart. Even if they're fighting someone on cart and they might get annoyed with you. The fact that they all pushed up and nobody pushed the cart, they now have a strong last fight. They would have had a staggered last fight. Now they have a full regroups last fight. And you've just about burned all your ults except Nano. This is not good. This is actually bad. Did I, like, up the speed on this video? No, you're being speed boosted. I didn't even notice. You have recall and cooldown. You can go aggressive here. Don't let this Moira escape. I would have finished her right there. She didn't get naded, I don't think. I would have went for it. I don't even care. I would have still went for it. When you have recall and cooldown, you go for it. You can get out after. If not, your team's regrouping anyways, and they get staggered. That's not the point. Like, if you're gonna get out, you need to make sure you get out. 100% get out. This goes for anyone. If there's a fight and you need to die on cart or get out, get all the way out. Because if this happens and you die, those people who died in the beginning are now fine. They're ready to go. Now we gotta wait another 7 seconds on you. Because you were the one who said, like, oh, I'm gonna survive here. I can get out.
Alright, let's go.
No, you just staggered harder. You actually just costed time for your team. That is horrible. Speaking of horrible, not to roast you too badly here, but I'm not a huge fan of this recall. It was no, you were down 20, 30 HP. Your team's still alive. Health packs. Your team could easily heal you up. Be fine. Nice kill on the Ana. Beautiful. The soldier needs to die. Nice. Clean up the baby diva. Nice. 3 on cart. So if this was me in this situation, I'm going full speed for their spawn. Why? Because you just got a 4K, right? But some people died before that, and this is plat. They're going to come sprinting back to contest. If you can kill them, if there's someone, before they can come up to contest you, or even attempt to contest you, that's huge. You burn recall right off the bat. Not a huge fan of that. So you cap. Nice. I'm pretty sure there's Orisa. Yeah, I would go after that Orisa first. That Orisa's freebie. Now the Diva. I'd go out and get on that Diva right now. Soldier's also not bad. Rip the Pulse Bomb. He's being healed. You need to Pulse Bomb him. Otherwise, he will not die. So you bug out. I think you're starting to get scared of the enemy team a little bit at this point. And just not playing to your full aggressiveness. Because the soldier's beaten you a few times. Which you could have totally beat him back. Absolutely. I think you have the mechanics for it. I think your tracer mechanics could use some improvement. But so far, I think you're not taking the risks you need to take as a tracer player to really make those plays you would make anyways. So you missed the pulse bomb. That sucks. But I like that you just used it. A little late, but you got to just rip it. Of course, you always want to try to like predict too. It's one of the biggest things of playing DPS heroes. Is you see him walking in a straight line like that, you need to throw it here. So you threw it like at him. It sucks, but just a small tip. Go ahead a few seconds. Go back to where we were at. So I don't think you really have any ults here.
I have chance to stop on the car, but somebody pushed me. That's why I overpushed.
Alright, wait for us.
You're running double main tank still. Ugh, I'm not a fan.
Push.
So in this situation, right here, when this is starting to happen, with your team going heavy tank comp with a Reinhardt, I would go left, and because you kind of fuck around and spawn here for a long time. How long are you here? A while. You're putting mini soldier here in spawn for probably about 8 seconds. So instead of doing this, because you're doing nothing, I would have went this way and then came across the boats. The reason I would do that is because while my team is going to go push, they're looking forward towards my team when the Winston comes back. I can come in behind and start doing damage. So either someone has to turn around and peel for their supports or whoever's back there, or I'm going to kill them. Right? I'm not a big fan of that recall. You still had a little bit of HP left, but not bad. You're still on the Moira. Nice. Oh, I hate Moira's orbs. It makes it almost impossible to kill. So you're still back here harassing. So this is really good. Even if you end up not even getting those kills, you're keeping their team from being healed, and your team's still being healed. So this is good. I like this. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. You're popping.
They have too much damage.
Oh my god! Look at all the damage you're doing. This is huge. This is amazing. This is great. Now you need to go up though. You can't beat the cart guy. Your team's the cart guy. You go up this way or back behind. I'll rewind because it looks really dumb me drawing like that. Up. Crap. Up. Okay. One last try. Up this way, up the stairs, over the balcony, and over to the stairs that are over here. That's another way you could go. Or off onto boats. You need to be the guy that does that. It's not your job to be here on cart. It's actually hurting you. And you're popping too. Like, you could do so much damage if you went up.
Alright,
I'm not sure if you went for the flank there, and remember there's no flank that way. But now you have no blinks. You're gonna get the clip on the Junkrat. Nice kill with your Reinhardt. You guys are rolling here. Sticker. I know this is crazy, but just stick the baby. Just stick her. Because that went from a 150 HP hero to a 600 HP hero with abilities. Sticker. That's a great kill. Stick this Moira. Stick her. Just do it. Another thing you can do, stick the mech. Once it dies, the second it dies, like when you see it start to break apart, stick it. Because she'll pop out and kill her. I don't care what anyone says. That's a fine kill for a sticky. You don't need the 6-man sticky bomb. Oh no. The baby D is still alive on point. She's been alive for 2 mechs. Unfortunately, you popped off here at the end too with your Tracer. A lot of improvements I think to be made, but I don't think your mechanical skill is holding you back yet. I think you can climb with your mechanical skill, 110%. I think the biggest thing so far is your timings, your positioning, your when to come in on flanks or where to come in on flanks, which goes along with timing, but I mean like pushing with your team and awareness of what your team is doing. Sombra was a great example of that. As we saw, you went really hard, really deep, really fast in the beginning, and on your Tracer, we saw some mini soldier and some cart management that you need to let your team handle because you are the one that's fragging. You're the one who won that last fight back here, where you pushed the cart past this point. This was all you. You took this. This was huge. This was 100% you. You can see you're on fire. The game rewarded you. You need to be able to push up, and you need to trust your team to be the, I guess, for lack of better ways, cart bitch, because that's not your job, especially in this situation. Overall, though, I see potential. I think if you work on those couple of things, maybe get back to me after, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw you climb, because I don't think it's your mechanics. I think it's timing. To go over the 3 things again, I think it's timing, I think it's positioning, and I think it's your management of your cooldowns mostly, with especially your recall. And by timing, I exactly mean when your team is pushing, when they're not pushing, when to come in, when to back out, when to go aggressive, when not to go aggressive. Positioning, I mean going out on flanks instead of playing mini soldier in the back, waiting for your team to regroup and pushing in together. I mean going around on the left, like here on Rialto, like this point right here, like coming across on boats this way right here, instead of coming in with them over the bridge, stuff like that. And then of course their management of cooldowns kind of speaks for itself. Otherwise though, like I said, I see potential. And last thing, don't be afraid of pressing Q. Really don't. Positioning, I feel that problem. It happens, man, no worries. But thanks for coming out, thanks for watching this. I'm gonna call it there for this VOD for now. Fluke, you're up next. So be ready. You're up next, buddy.